Another one. Bad news for Devin Haney. Jack Catterall versus Arnold Barboza Jr. is official. February 15th at the Co-op Live in Manchester, baby. So they're doing the fight in the UK. And if you look at the flyer, it's presented by Matchroom, Jack Catterall's promoter, in conjunction with Golden Boy, who promotes Barboza, who I would imagine is the B-side here, since Jack Catterall has a belt, a version of the WBO. This is a final eliminator. And it is also presented by, you guessed it, Turki Al-Sheikh's Riyadh season, right? So, should be a good fight. Barboza just beat Jose Ramirez on the Latino Night Golden Boy card. Catterall, for his effort, he fought against Regis Prograis, former champion, I believe a 2X champion, and Regis Prograis, he beat him and beat him very soundly. Dropped him, I believe it was twice off of memory, and he goes on to this final eliminator. Now, let me explain to you this final eliminator. The final eliminator is because Jack Catterall has a secondary belt or version of the belt. So the winner of this fight would face Teofimo Lopez, most likely. However, and there's a big however, so pay attention. Teofimo Lopez, we don't really know what's up with the boy, like where he's at. Teofimo has been pretty absent since the Steve Claggett fight. So we got to wait and see what his next move is. The thing is, Teofimo, they said, and they being like rumors, the industry, they're saying that they're trying to work on the Boots fight. That would be at 147. So it's been a long-standing rumor that Teofimo Lopez may move up to the welterweight division. So we got to wait and see what Teo's next move is. If he holds on to the belt, it'll be a final eliminator. If Teofimo, before February, I would imagine, moves up and announces his next fight or says he is moving up to welterweight, leaving 140 pounds, then this Jack Catterall Barboza fight will be for the full title. That's how that would work. If you enjoy the boxing dialogue, conversation, and talks, my name is Ego. I've been covering boxing over 10 years at this point. I am truly the best in the business, and it's not even close. I tell you guys all the time, make sure you guys subscribe, get the word out, come back to the videos, leave a comment, engage. We got a good community here. And I keep telling you I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close, and I keep showing you. This is exactly what I told you guys was going to happen on my channel. Now, I know some of you guys are scratching your heads like saying, oh man, Ego, you said a lot, but what does this have to do with Devin Haney? Please tell me. Okay, now we've reached the point in the video where I can explain why this is bad news, in my opinion, for Devin Haney. Because October 27th, 2024, so basically right before Halloween, just a couple months ago, at 10:46 p.m., Devin Haney released a tweet stating, so basically month and a half, 2 months ago, only one person could make the fight with Jack Catterall, so Haney versus Catterall, and that's Turki Al-Sheikh, smiley face emoji. Like, this is fun or exciting, I can't wait kind of deal, right? So what this has to do with Devin Haney is everything. Devin is a former undisputed, former 140-pound champion. He didn't fight his mandatory, Sandor Martin, after Top Rank won the purse bid, right? They won the purse bid, so they got the dibs on the fight, and they tried to schedule the fight. Devin says he's not ready to come back. So instead of fighting his long-standing mandatory after beating Regis Prograis, Devin contacted WBC, and basically gave up his belt, became a champion in recess, they called it. And now Sandor Martin's fighting on Tank's undercard against Alberto Puello. So that's one missed opportunity. Then with the IBF, you had Liam Paro, who was the champion. Eddie Hearn was vocal and stated he wanted to make the Paro Devin Haney fight in Australia. This is before Richardson Hitchens fight was finalized. The focus was Devin Haney. They were looking for Paro's next option. Hearn had worked with Devin Haney before, and he said he likes to fight, would like to make it. Fast forward to the future, negotiations never really went anywhere. Liam Paro did an interview. He said Devin Haney was requesting unreal money, so the fight didn't happen. So they moved on, fought Richardson Hitchens. Paro loses in dominant fashion to Richardson Hitchens. So all that good sweat equity that Paro had built up by beating Montana Love, which was actually ironically on Devin's undercard, he stopped him, and then he beat Subriel Matias in Puerto Rico. He beat a Puerto Rican in Puerto Rico who's extremely dangerous, considered a boogeyman. All that went away because Hitchens did what he said he was going to do and lifted the title from Paro. So that's the IBF. So we're going belt by belt, basically. The WBC, Devin Haney had options, and you chose to bypass those as to not fight Sandor Martin. The IBF, you had options. Haney could have fought Paro. Eddie Hearn wanted it. Paro said he wanted it, but your requests for money were too much. And then now you're talking about a couple months ago, the only person that can make the fight with me and Jack Catterall is Turki Al-Sheikh. And you look at the flyer, it says Riyadh season. So Turki Al-Sheikh, Golden Boy, and Eddie Hearn's rematch room, they moved on without you. And now Jack Catterall is fighting in a final eliminator, the guy that he's mandated to fight, which is Arnold Barboza. So these are failed opportunities for Devin Haney coming off the Ryan Garcia performance. Who on earth is the man gonna fight? And it's funny because if you listen to recent Bill Haney interviews, he keeps like posturing like, oh, we got something big coming. Like he literally put that on Twitter. He said, big news coming soon. When is this news coming up? Because the way I see it, there's a lot of contenders and or like good fights for Devin, we'll say, that are all filling up. You know, some more realistic than others, but it goes without saying. Gervonta Davis, he's the A side, but he's already fighting Lamont Roach. Shakur Stevenson, he already got his fight for February with Floyd Schofield. Jack Catterall, the guy you called out right before Halloween, he's fighting Barboza, right? Gary Antoine Russell and Jose El Rayo are likely to fight on Tank's card. Pitbull already got a fight lined up on, I think it's the David Benavidez Morel card. So you start looking at all these names. Rolly just did an interview with my boy Eli Sekbeck, and I believe he said Devin would never fight him because he would knock Devin out. So that leads me to believe there's no like progress or behind the scenes traction for Devin Haney to fight Rolly. You're suing Ryan Garcia, which clearly hurt your stock because you're suing for battery. So again, this is why I'm saying it's bad news, because Devin said he's coming back December. We know that's cap. Christmas is in a few days. Bill keeps posturing that they have a fight and we're our own bosses and we're moving how we want. Teofimo, that was another option. Bob Arum threw Devin and the Haneys under the bus, saying that we offered them the fight and they didn't want to take it. Bill Haney later comes out and says he doesn't want to F with Top Rank because he doesn't want to be forced to have to exceed 100K pay-per-view buys, even with the Teofimo Lopez, because they could lie about the numbers and sounding really paranoid, if you will. So this just looks bad. And who is Devin going to fight? That's my question to you. They keep showing Devin training without his shirt on, but where is your fight? You said you're ready to get back. You said you're coming back in December. You said you have big news coming soon, but all your options keep getting like fulfilled or occupied in other big fights. Richardson Hitchens and Paro end up fighting, so Paro needs time to recover. Hitchens called you out. I still haven't heard the Haneys respond to Hitchens, and it's like where are you in the scope of things? Who are you gonna fight? Let me know what you guys think. To me, this looks bad, and who's Devin gonna fight? You know, it's that simple. So I don't want to hear from no Haney-act unless you answer the questions in this video. Don't be like, oh, another Haney video. I don't care about none of that. Answer the question.